Okay. Journey? Was that Journey the whole time?
I think so, yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know if that's even the same song, to be honest.
Dude, I think my stepmom was trying to fuck me on Saturday because we got in the car and what's it called? Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin' came on.
Oh.
And she was like, "This is my favorite Journey song," and then just started like singing and was doing like the looking at me while she was singing, "Loving, touching, squeezing."
And that song's about cheating too.
I know, and I was like, "Get you dirty bitch!"
Wow.
Dude, she was, she's like a nice lady, but she does that thing where she's like nice just so she can be a bitch later, and you can't say anything about it.
Yeah, she's like stocking up like points that she can, make withdrawals from later.
It was so it got to like I was like expecting my dad to hit her. I was like, he's gonna slap this bitch.
Oh, she was doing this in front of your dad?
Oh, dude, at dinner, in front of a fucking restaurant.
She's trying to get dicked down by your dad later. She's trying to get him all fucking pissed off.
Yeah, and it didn't work. We got home and he was like, "You need to go to bed." And then she went in the bedroom and he just shut the door on her and he's like, "She can't drink."
Oh, she was all fucked up, I suppose.
She was pretty salt lifed out.
Would you have done it?
Fuck my stepmom?
Yeah.
No way, dude. No.
Like because of morality, or just she's out of your league? You're out of her league.
I'm out of her league, for sure. Why won't let me join? Oh, fuck it. Sorry, Jimmy. another day of a useless iPad.
It's all right, dude.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't fuck her. She's too. I mean, I'm not saying she's ugly, but she's just not hot stepmom.
Yeah, she doesn't have that whole thing going on.
No.
I feel you on that.
She's got like this, like, you know how people get like empty nest syndrome? Mm-hmm. Well, she's got like empty womb syndrome. Like she never had kids.
Syndrome. Yeah.
And she's like 60.
She never had kids?
Never had kids. And she's always like saying that me and my brother are her kids. And she's always like, "There's no steps here." And it's like, shut up.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Dude. If my mom heard you say that, she would whip your ass.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. And I went golfing. Salt Life. We salt lifed it up.
Tampa Bay, that'll bring out the best in people, That doesn't surprise me that your stepmom tried to fuck you in Tampa Bay. It's the capital of fucking your stepmom.
It really is a grimy ass place, dude.
Well, that's where Magic Mike was based, correct?
Was it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think so.
Lightning never strikes twice in the same spot.
Yeah, I suppose not.
Except in Tampa.
Tampa.
It's the lightning capital of the world, dude. That's why they got the bolts there.
Go Rays.
Yeah, dude, there's more Yankees shit all over the place because the Yankees are in Clearwater, which is like 20 minutes outside of Tampa.
Why are they in Clearwater? Is it a minor league team?
No, they're like, what is it? Spring training. So like everything's like, there's like it's like to Yankee Stadium, to George Steinbrenner Memorial Field. It's all like Yankees shit.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. I went golfing with my dad. This is like, I have this weird ability to like bring things out of people, strangers, that you just don't get.
Yeah.
So like, I met this. My dad went in to like check us in or whatever, and I was just standing there with the golf. Like they have like valets for the golf carts because my dad's at a country club now.
Yo.
He's big Jewing it, dude.
Okay, that's dope though.
Yeah, it's really, he's stepped up. He's fucking next level. He's left the middle class, I think.
Fucking Hebrew Hammer. Let's go.
He was dropping it down, and so he goes inside, and I'm standing there with the golf cart guy, and he's got like, you ever see those guys that have like the yellow eyes?
Yes.
Where it's like an
jaundice.
Yeah, jaundice. It's like alcohol shit.
Okay.
I think it's alcohol. Yeah, I think it's like you drink so much alcohol, it fucks with your liver. And it makes your eyes yellow.
Yeah, okay. So that guy's super fucked up.
Yeah.
How old is he?
Probably 45, 50, somewhere in there. And he's a golf cart valet. So he was like asking me, he was like, "Oh, has your dad been taking care of you while you've been down here?" And I'm like, "Well, he just got here last night. So this is the first I've really seen him." And he was like, "Oh, that's cool. So we were, stayed at the beach. Now stayed with my stepmom last night." And he was like, "Have I met her?" And I'm like, "Short, bitchy blonde lady." And he was like, "Yeah, I think I met her once, and then she whatever." And he's like, "Why do you call her a bitch?" And I was like, "Well, she's like one of those." I was like trying to explain to him the difference between like a Jew nice and then East Coast nice.
Yeah.
Where it's like a Jew nice is where it's just like overbearing, And then East Coast is like they'll tell you they love you, but then they'll just, like you try to hug them, and they're like get the fuck away.
Yeah,
from me.
yeah.
And I'm like I like that more.
Yeah.
And then I asked him how he ended up, or if he was from around there, and he was like, yeah, I'm from here. And he's like, crazy story. And my dad starts walking back. And he's like, I don't know if I should tell you in front of your dad. And I'm like, no, go ahead. And he won't care. The guy goes, okay, so in like the early 80s, there was a big ecstasy ring that I was a part of down here. And everybody started to get busted. And I was working for the mob, and they sent me up to Montclair, New Jersey to be a caddy up there where people didn't need to know my name. And I was like, all right. And he was like, yeah. And then from there, I just met a bunch of really cool people, and I got to go and teach golf in 22 different countries, and I made enough money that I'm just back here, and I'm doing this for fun. And I was like...
You believe that?
I'm like half like, yeah, half no. And then we start driving away, and my dad was like, what the fuck was that? I was like, I don't fucking know, dude. That guy was just wilding out.
So he's 45. He gets caught up in the ecstasy ring in the 80s.
Yeah. So he might be older than 45.
Okay.
But he's got to be older than 45.
He's working for the mob. I didn't know the mob was heavily involved in the X game.
Well, they're involved in everything, dude. You don't remember The Godfather?
Yeah, but I thought the mob was like done after the 70s. I didn't know they were still relevant in like the 80s and 90s. And
Real
shit.
G's move in silence like lasagna.
True.
Where do you think Lil Wayne learned that from?
True.
Yeah. They're like
True.
the mob is all over the place. They're still alive and well. I mean, any trash company is connected to the mob.
How much booze do you think you have to drink on a daily basis to get that yellow eye syndrome, or like you know how people have gin blossoms?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
how much do you have to do?
I think a gin blossom is more of like a wine thing. Maybe.
Maybe it's gin.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah.
I think that
I think it's probably a bottle, but also the eye thing. It might be what you're drinking. You know, something that kills your liver harder.
I mean, I think it's pretty much just alcohol in general. I mean, like the guys who have that like puffy red nose, they don't strike me as big wine guys. Like these fucking like British like Winston Churchill looking motherfuckers. I don't see them like sitting down with a glass of red wine. I see them like drinking bourbon and like or pounding like 1,000 beers a day or something like
What's
that.
a British beer? What do they drink? They don't drink Guinness because that's the Irish. Well, Amstel.
No, I feel like that's like Belgian.
Yeah, Amsterdam. I'm dumb.
Do they have their own beer? Heineken? That's German.
Yeah. I don't think British people have alcohol. Gin is British people.
They definitely. I mean, they always go for like a pint. They always get
they always
pints.
want a pint.
They always at the pub. But like, what are you drinking?
Yeah,
Are
Budweiser.
you drinking other people's shit?
Well, yeah, that's what they do. Is they go to other countries and they take their shit, and then it's like, oh, Trap. Sig's not here.
Trap. Sorry about that.
Sig's not here. Sig
Yeah.
fucking. He's
Sig-
MIA, dude.
Yeah, he's MIA.
He's dead.
All
Sig
this British colonization talk got me thinking about how I'm getting Kathmandu Kitchen later,
Oh.
and enjoying the tastiest cultural appropriation ever, which is chicken tikka masala. That was a dish that was in.
Are you about to do some Greek shit?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying chicken tikka masala at the Indian restaurant is a combination of British cuisine and Indian cuisine, and it's actually the national dish of England.
What?
I think so.
I thought bangers and mash was
Nah, that's like the national dish of like fucking
poor
Wales.
Oh, yeah. Don't talk shit
The ones
about
that
the Welsh
talk
shit.
like this,
That's where my dog's from, dude.
the ones that talk like this, they enjoy the bangers and mash.
That was terrible. But the ones who talk like this, or talk like this, they're
I'm
cultured.
prim and proper.
They're cultured.
Can I
The-
have
the-
some chicken tikka masala, sir?
The Cockney,
They didn't
Yeah.
colonize
They're the
anything.
ones that go for pints too.
Yeah, they go for pints.
Oh, I need a pint with my bangers and mash. Fill me up with
Bangers and mash are good though, but I do think that is Irish.
Pint? Bangers and mash?
Bangers and mash, because I
Oh.
get it at Slancha, which is an Irish pub downtown.
No,
Fellas.
I don't fucking know, dude.
Dude, I don't fucking know.
Oh, they
That's
got
all
fish and
fucking-
chips. That's right. Fish and
all
chips.
Funny
is-
talking whites to me.
Yeah, they're not real. They're not real
Yeah.
whites.
Who cares?
Yeah. Chicken
dude,
tikka
it's-
masala.
Chicken tikka masala. You get Indian food from time to time. You never had chicken tikka masala?
I just never knew it was British.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was invented under British colonization of India.
So you don't think that those Indians were making it before the British got there?
They were making masala, but they weren't.
They had no
tikka.
chicken.
They didn't have. They had the chicken. They were making chicken masala, but they weren't making chicken tikka masala.
What's
they
the
didn't have
tikka?
cream. They don't really put cream in shit. down there.
Tikka is cream?
Yeah, it's like a curry sauce with like a yogurt marinade on the chicken, and like it's like
So
a
they love
cream.
the cows so much that not only do they not eat them, but they don't even drink the milk.
Yeah, I don't
They
think
don't
so.
even
They
fucking
really
touch the
they
cows.
really don't fuck with cows down there.
Yeah, I know they love them. They fucking
They love them,
cows.
so they don't fuck with them.
Yeah.
Not in like the slang way. Like I don't fuck with cows. Like they do fuck with cows.
They
but
fuck,
they don't
with,
fuck
cows.
with cows.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
like PETA for cows.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, have you seen the PETA commercial where they're like fingering all the?
Oh yeah, I
It's
did.
like a sexy PETA thing.
I did see something about that. Yes.
Oh, it was really gross.
Do you have that pulled up?
I don't have it pulled up, but I can pull it up. Dude, I saw that. It was like, dude, PETA is trying way too hard.
I mean, aren't they like? Don't even like
got it.
nuts, like the fucking animal nuts, even think they're obnoxious?
I don't know.
Aren't
Maybe
they,
it's like the LGBTQ. Like PETA is the LGBTQ for like most gay people aren't super
Yeah,
like
they're not like going by Z and Zim.
yeah.
You know,
and
that's not most gay people.
Most vegetarians aren't like I'm gonna fucking stick my dick in this kumquat so I can fuck good later.
Yeah.
Here, I'll show you. Pull that thing up. Pull that motherfucking thing up. There you go. Oh shit, you're on it. Fuck Sig, dude. We never need Sig again. Look at that. Tickling that strawberry. Look at that. Fucking. Look at that. This grapefruit. That's PETA. That's what they like to do. That's what they like to do. They like to.
I mean, where is that commercial being aired? Is that going to be aired on all platforms? Are kids going to be able to see that?
I just saw it in between YouTube videos, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's just why are you doing that? Why are we getting so fucking?
It's like the over sexualization of America. They're even bringing it into the foods.
Yeah,
The foods.
the food. I mean, I don't know. That I see that kind of stuff, and it's like you can just tell these people are fucking just obnoxious people in general. You
Yeah.
know, like the PETA people.
Anybody that's constantly trying to push their own shit all the time.
Yeah.
You can't just have a conversation.
Yeah, anybody who cares that much about that one thing.
Yeah.
It's like if you care that much about one thing, I kind of think you're weird.
It's
Why
like
don't you care about other
politics people.
stuff? Yeah. So you should care about other stuff. Like I understand being passionate about one thing, but when you're fucking fingering a guava fruit on YouTube ad, it's like, dude, calm down. I don't even know what point you're trying to make. Like, what is the point? Sometimes you watch a commercial, and you get to the end, and you're like, what was that even trying to get me to do?
I had to Google what that was about.
Yeah.
I saw it and I was
And
like,
what is the answer?
why are they fingering fruits on here? And then the answer is like each of the fruits they're fingering, like if you eat a bunch of strawberries, it'll make your sex drive more.
Okay.
Like
is
that's
that,
why they do chocolate covered strawberries.
Okay, but is that the case with all of those fruits? Are they all fucking fingering related?
Each one has a different little thing. Like I think one of them had like a high amount of zinc in it, which makes you shoot ropes.
Really?
Zinc makes you blast cum, dude.
Really?
Yeah, it does.
What-
I experimented.
Which foods might contain high levels of zinc
I
for
think
our listeners? Your
yeah,
listeners?
I don't remember. I don't know. I just take zinc pills, dude. Just take the
Do
pills.
you really?
Yeah.
Is that what porn stars do? They take zinc pills?
Probably it's zinc and water.
I've heard that.
If you're very well hydrated and you have good ass kegels, that's the other
Yeah,
part.
you got to know when to time it. But I know I jerked off this morning. I was super hungover though. I had a stuffed crust pizza from Papa John's last night. I had like 5 slices.
Ooh, the stuffed Papa.
Dude,
gotcha.
I haven't had stuffed crust in so long, but
I didn't know Papa John's made stuffed crust.
I didn't either. I thought that was a Pizza Hut thing, but I don't even know if Alex meant to get it, but he may have gotten it accidentally, but we had it, and I didn't even, I was so fucked up, I didn't even think I knew it was stuffed crust for the first 2 slices. But then I was like, dude, why is this crust so awesome? It's like a fucking mozzarella stick at the end of every slice. It's,
Yeah.
it's such a great thing.
You
but
dip it? You dip the
Garlic
stuffed
sauce,
crust?
yes.
Oh, the garlic butter sauce.
I
dude.
always bite a little hole in the pepperoncini, just kind of fucking do a general spray over top of the pizza.
Oh.
Dude, Papa John's is awesome, and it's way better than Domino's.
People
it's way better
shit
than
on
Pizza Hut.
it.
Well, because
The best chain pizza,
it is the best chain pizza.
hands down.
Hands down. I don't know why people don't give it the props that it deserves. Domino's is not good. If you like Domino's, A, you're racist, and B,
For sure.
for sure. Because at least Papa John's like, say what you want about Papa John, but
They corrected their mistakes.
they corrected their mistakes.
Got the biggest, blackest step papa they could find.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
They did the American thing and got a big black step
Does
papa.
Domino's apologize for any of their transgressions? I'm sure there's many.
Nope, and they never have came to the table and admitted that they named themselves Domino's to play into the fact that black people love playing dominoes.
Oh wow, I didn't even think about that.
Hmm. That's why they named themselves Domino's, because they wanted to corner the black domino playing market.
Dominate the domino market. Yeah. Papa John's just good old fashioned Papa J.
Yeah,
He
dude.
gives you the garlic sauce and the pepperoni for free. No
Not
charge.
no upcharge, and you can get extra free of charge too. You just gotta ask for it.
Yeah. So I have no idea why I brought that story up, but that was
Jerking
why.
off.
Because I woke up the next morning and obviously you eat like 5 slices of pizza and you're drinking all day. Like you're not hydrated.
No,
And I wake up in the morning and the first thing I do is jerk off. Now,
is that a daily thing, or is
I
that
always
just,
jerk off in the morning and usually at night. I think I jerk off before I go to bed and when I wake up every day.
life of a musician, man?
I mean,
Gotta get that nut off.
yeah. I mean, like, dude, you gotta do it. I'm interested to hear what other people's schedules are in that department, but I usually do it twice a day. But yeah, it was weak in the morning, man. It just came out and like
Like if you squeeze the stuffed crust.
yeah, and like it was like dissociated too. Like it was like it popped out on my like palm, the top of my thumb, and like there was like a white streak, and then it just separated off, and there was just like liquid after that. And I was like, my cum isn't even.
Your cum was crying.
It's not even adequately like solved. It's not even like dissolved into the liquid.
Yeah.
It's just like I could see like the specks of. I don't know, dude. The point is that I think hydration and zinc.
Hydration and zinc is the way to go.
Clearly,
Big nut bust.
Miller Lights and sour bombs don't contain the adequate zinc
It's a
content.
sour bomb.
You shake up like a fucking citrus vodka or something with something else, and then you pour it into a cup with Red Bull, and then you do it as a bomb.
Oh, okay. Isn't it a kamikaze? No.
No, kamikaze is vodka, lime juice, and triple sec.
No. What's the one thing of Jaeger bomb?
2-1-1 ratio. Jaeger bombs. I mean, kind of the same thing. Just a shot of Jaeger.
I was just getting lit off of fucking seltzers. Oh, that was my Salt Life drink, dude.
I mean, when you're at the beach, dude, you're in the hot sun. You got to do a seltzer.
Also, like they, it's a weird thing they do down there where they don't have liquor stores at the beach. You have to go inland to get to the liquor stores, but they sell beer at all the gas stations and mini stores.
Why don't you think they have liquor stores at the beach?
I think it's probably to help the bars out with selling liquor, because if people want to get their mixed drink on, they have to go to a bar rather than just go to a
That is
shop.
a very solid theory.
Spent some time thinking about that,
Yeah, I can tell that's not a right off the bat type of.
because I had so much time on the beach just being salty. Like
Yeah, salty and thinking about stuff, dude. Well,
Yeah.
some people read books on the beach. Some people play games on the beach. Some
No.
people will go in the water.
Yeah.
I go in the water, but usually on the
I
beach,
just stand there and think.
Yeah,
I just
think.
lay in the sand and
I
think.
figure out most of the stuff. I've figured out in life just sitting on a chair on a beach, dude.
I don't
Gotta
even do
have
a chair,
now.
dude. No chair.
I gotta have a chair, dude.
I
I
put
won't even drive to the beach without a chair.
Really?
I've spent too many years. I never used to have a chair. I hate the towel. I'm never comfortable on a towel, dude.
We use it's like a blanket. It's not like a blanket texture, but it's like a smooth velvety almost, but not velvet. It's kind of like a tarp.
I know, but it's not comfortable to just be laying on a fucking tarp, dude. You want to sit on a chair with your feet extended out. Like, when you're at your house, do you watch TV sitting on the fucking floor Indian style?
Sometimes.
It's like, no.
Sometimes I lay on the floor and watch
That-
TV, dude.
Maybe sometimes, dude. But
Sometimes I lay and like a little kid and I put my head in my hands like this.
Yeah.
And I have my feet kicked back.
Yeah, I can only do that for so long. I was on the phone with somebody the other day, and I was laying on my bed like a classic like teen girl from the 90s. Where like I had like my head like this and my feet kicked up, and I was laying the opposite way on my bed just on the phone, like, oh my God.
One hand on the phone. the other
Yeah,
hand.
yeah. I was like, wow.
You're like doing that thing where you kick your leg up. Doing that shit.
Yeah. It felt cool.
I enjoyed the Salt Life, man.
I
There was-
kept thinking Salt Life is like Delaware Beach thing.
I think Salt Life is that. I think Salt Life is like Outer Banks or whatever, but I just keep calling it Salt Life.
Did anyone else in Tampa refer to it as Salt Life?
I got a Salt Life hat from down there. I forgot to wear it. I accidentally wore the wrong hat tonight.
And you're swimming in the Gulf, right?
Salty.
Salty, yeah. Gulf is
Very salty, dude. Insanely salty. I got fucking attacked by a group of fish. That was
Really?
pretty crazy. Yeah, Nicole and I we bought a like one of those balls that skips across the water. So we're standing like 50 feet away from each other, just fucking winging this ball at each other. And there was a bunch of little fish by my legs, and I was like, "Oh, look at all these little fish!" And then like 2 seconds later, big ass fish came and started chasing the little fish, and one of them hit me in the back of my leg.
Holy shit.
I had a little mark on the back of my leg from it.
Yeah. Wow.
I saw some gators, dude. I found baby gators.
They fuck with you at all?
No, they were we were in like a nature preserve.
Okay.
So there's like a gator underneath this like walk.
They
This
call it
deck.
nature reserve or preserve, dude.
There's two kinds. There's reserves and there's preserves. So a reserve is like a big, giant thing, and a preserve is like a little park, like a little, like maybe a mile big.
Didn't know that.
And a reserve is like Yellowstone.
Yeah. Where
That'd
they
be
have
like a
like Native
reserve.
Americans and stuff.
Yeah, they put-
reservation.
Exactly.
Reservation.
They've saved a spot for these people.
Yeah. Here you go.
Or 6 o'clock Hutus. Or no, that's Africans.
Africans, yeah.
Yeah. So there's signs up all over the preserve that were like, "Don't feed or molest the alligators." They use the term molest instead
Really?
of touch, which I found to be hilarious.
Well, in Spanish, molestar, I'm trying to be sick right now. Molestar
It's like
means
disturb.
to bother or disturb.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I
It's a
maybe
good sig, dude.
maybe they don't even understand that the word molest in English is a very different connotation.
Well, it's all English. The sign is all English.
That I know, but like who the person who decided to put that there was probably Spanish.
You think? Oh yeah, it's Florida.
What English speaking person as their first language says don't molest the alligators?
I don't know, but I thought it was so fucking funny that it said that.
I mean, in order to get that posted and printed, you have to, I'm assuming, run it by a couple other people, get a bunch of printing done. It costs a significant amount of money to get it printed on a metal sign and stuff like that. So that means multiple people.
Maybe it's a dog whistle, and that was a fucking child sex ring preserve, actually.
I mean, honestly, that's the only explanation I can think of why somebody would go with that word. Because you know they're not sitting in a room going like, hey, can anyone think of a better word than molest? And they're just like, they're sitting there for like an hour and they're just like, nah, I can't.
the
I
best.
think molest is the word we have to go with. I wish there was another word.
Somebody's like, touch, and they're like, shut the fuck up.
Disturb, maybe?
Yeah.
Nah, it doesn't quite catch what we don't want people to do.
People will remember molest.
Yeah. They know, like, you know you're not. I mean, like, yeah.
You think you could sue if you saw that sign and then it brought back PTSD? And you're like, oh no, I was molested. And then
By a
you just,
gator.
you just run into an alligator and get your leg bit off. Like that fucking sign. It scared me. So that's what I was bringing up that sign for, because we were trying to get the big there was like the big alligator under the thing, and we're trying to get it to, we're like, how do we get it out from under there to see it more? And there's another guy that was like standing next to us, and I was like, well, I guess I got to get in there and molest it like the signs say. And the guy was just like, fuck, and just like walked away from us.
What guy said that?
Just some guy. There's like a lot of
Was he an employee or?
no, there's a lot of just like single by themselves older white dudes walking around, which feeds into the pedophile thing also.
Yeah, with no respect for a good joke.
That's what I'm saying. I was cracking jokes all week. Nobody was respecting my jokes.
That's tough when you go on a trip, but with family sometimes. Sometimes my dad doesn't think I'm that funny. I'm like, come on, man. Dad, I'm funny.
I hate it when my dad thinks I'm not funny. I was trying all. We were at dinner one night, and my stepmom said something about like when the kids are coming, and I was like, ew, kids can't come, and everybody just stopped and was like,
yeah,
no.
but then your stepmom like really thought about that.
Yeah, she
for a
was like,
while.
stop, they're making me wet.
Yeah,
I'm wet right now. I want to see my kids come. She like constantly would like tell us like we had to keep the door to the room we were staying in shut because she didn't want the cats to get in there.
Yeah, right.
But then wouldn't knock. She would just like barge in. And I'm like, dude, you're trying to catch us fucking in here.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
Because I ain't fucking with you around. I
Yeah.
cannot fuck with my stepmom around, dude.
You didn't fuck once down there?
No, we fucked, but not that the second half of the trip. No, not with my stepmom.
Oh, your stepmom came down for the second half.
No,
only?
the first Wednesday, Thursday night, we stayed at a cottage on the beach, and then Friday, Saturday night we stayed at my dad's stepmom's. Yeah, yeah,
Vacation sex is good. You gotta do that.
yeah.
It's important.
It's the way to go.
Mhm.
I was a little upset.
Yeah.
A little upset. I only got
Upset.
one.
You only got one?
Only got one, dude. I was trying, so I was like, maybe the drunker we get, the more we'll have it, and that didn't work out. And then I was like, maybe if we stay sober, and that didn't work out. I was trying everything. I wasn't even asking or nothing.
What was wrong? Just
I don't
she
know,
wasn't
man.
feeling it?
I don't know, man. It's starting to get on my nerves.
Yeah, I mean, you know, for a lot of people, once a week is good.
I know. That's not me. That's not me. I need it. I've worked on my ability. I used to jerk off like 4 times a day,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm down to 1, sometimes 2.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, it's not even like one of those things where like I'm mad about it that it's not happening. It just makes me feel bad about myself. Where I'm like, what's wrong with me that you don't want to fuck me?
Well, you know, girls need a lot of stuff in order to be like the foreplay for a woman starts long before you even make physical contact.
Tell me about it, dude.
It's
Why do you think
about-
I got a fucking cottage on the beach?
Yeah, yeah, and that's, you know, it's like they have to feel like you've like thought about them a lot and like are doing something like blah blah blah, blah, get them roses or something, take them out to dinner and like do something like that, do something sweet, and then by the time you're fucking making out and start doing like your foreplay stuff, it's like, dude, you're already at like third and a half base. I
You
mean,
might
kinda-
as well be fucking at that
yeah.
point.
Sex for a woman like begins way before that, and then the climax is like a climax of like a full day's worth of build up, you know? Whereas
Yeah.
with us, we just don't like, you could treat me like shit all day.
Yet they're so quick to get an abortion.
Yeah.
They don't believe. They don't
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah, that's if sex begins at conception, so does life.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they just don't.
Life begins the moment I bring you flowers.
Yeah.
That's when that baby was born.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
not 7 weeks later when you're like, oh shit, I really haven't had my period.
Yeah, no, I really haven't had it.
This ain't one of those. It skipped. Sometimes it skips.
Sometimes
It'll
it's
skip to my loo.
I think God does that just to scare you a little bit.
Oh, it's gotta be.
God I
Comes
mean,
down. And he's like, you know, egg this month, bitch.
You want to scare me, dude? Make me think someone's pregnant that I've had sex
There's
with.
nothing
ever.
scary. I'm not even scared that Sig didn't answer the phone at all.
Has anyone you've ever had sex with had a kid yet?
Possibly, I don't know. I don't keep touch with like a couple of them were just like a one-time thing, but of the ones that I know of, no,
Have you ever had sex with anyone with kids?
no. Kind of wanted to, kind of still want to.
You think it makes it feel different?
That's what I'm saying. It's supposed to snap back.
Oh, I would
Supposed to snap
imagine
back.
so,
Like
yeah.
God made it that way. The
Mhm.
butthole doesn't snap back as well.
Yeah, God did not really. I don't think He really intended us to fuck each other in the ass, but I think He probably foresaw it happening.
Yeah, I mean, if you put a hole, it's right next to it.
Yeah,
you can't.
it's too close. It's too close. It is kind of weird that, like, you know, animals don't have to be told not to fuck each other in the ass.
Do you think animals don't fuck each other in the ass?
I don't think animals fuck each other in the ass.
I think an animal might fuck another animal in the ass by accident.
I don't think any animal has ever been fucked in the ass besides a human being.
Unless they were fucked in the ass by a human being.
Yes.
Well, humans
That's what I'm
introduced.
getting at. Is anytime
That's how
there's-
AIDS was created, dude. A guy fucked a monkey in the ass.
That's what they say, but I think, you know.
What do you think?
What do I think?
How
AIDS
was
is
AIDS
cre-
created? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
In the lab?
maybe it may have something to do with like blood transfer or something, you know? I think, you know, Dave Chappelle's bit about that was candid when he says, "Who's out here fucking monkeys and people?" You know, it's like
That is a great point.
yeah, it's like, you know, one or the other. Like, more monkey pussy for me. It was back when Dave Chappelle's specials were funny.
Yeah, when he was solely based on being funny.
Yeah,
You know?
not just a fucking hour and a half long.
If he would have stuck to the
speech.
jokes, I don't think he would have got as much bullshit from people.
Yeah, I just watched it the other day, and like, you know, of course I'm always gonna say that he's the GOAT, but like on a strictly objective metric, like I really only laughed out loud like a few times,
Yeah.
and nothing was like killing me. You know,
Yeah.
nothing was like getting my goat. It was all just like kind of like, but like, dude, I mean, like,
I think the best bit was the one he opened up with, the COVID thing.
yeah,
When he's
yeah.
like watching the black people beat up Asians for no reason. He's like, I can't help but feel like that's what's going on inside
Yeah.
my body.
I just like, I don't know. Like, I wish he just would have taken a different route with like, obviously I don't give a shit about the cancelable for the reasons that other people don't like it. You know, I don't care about that, obviously. You know, I didn't dislike it. It just was kind of like very, you know, like I said, when you're talking about somebody who's supposedly the greatest of all time, who even refers to himself as the greatest of all
In
time
that
in that
special,
special,
yeah.
is like, you know, and now you open up for what some would call the GOAT. And it's like, all
The
right,
crowd's
man.
like,
Yeah, it's like, dude, you know, maybe you don't have to call yourself that. Maybe that's for other people to
Yeah.
call you. I don't know. It's just
well, at
like,
least he didn't call himself the GOAT and then back out of the Olympics.
yeah, well, yeah. At least he showed up to the fucking plate.
Yeah, maybe. So what if that space juice thing was a quarter done bit, but he
Look,
still did it?
Yeah, look, I said it before when we talked about his other fucking George Floyd extravaganza special, and like, like, I
The
think,
fucking George Floyd Variety Hour.
yeah, I think that he is just a little bit too. In the words of Patrice O'Neill, when he was making fun of Seth MacFarlane at that roast, he said, "There's too much Seth. It's
Yeah.
too much about you." And it's like with Dave Chappelle, I feel like some of the fame and some of the hype might have gotten to his head to a point where I don't think he really actually thinks he needs to try to be funny anymore. I think that he really just believes he can just hop up on stage, smoke a cig inside, and just talk and tell like one long, not that great story for an hour and a half, and then just like throw in a couple jokes here and there. Like the joke to just prose ratio in that thing
Yeah.
is similar to like a good wedding speech.
It's like he's going more for entertaining than funny. Like it's entertaining. The whole thing is entertaining.
yeah.
You listen the whole time, but it's not all funny like it used to be.
And just the tact of like, look, like I said last time about the same thing with George Floyd, where like he's perfectly happy to make fun of other groups, but gets very sensitive when it comes to the black stuff, you know?
Yeah.
As of late, I've noticed. And like, it's like, okay, is your whole point this entire special just like, yeah, trans people are oppressed, but not as much as black people? It's like, is that it? Is that the moral?
I'm pretty sure that is the moral. I
That's the
think that's
moral.
exactly what he's going for.
And it's like, okay, great, dude. Great. Who cares? Literally, who cares? It's like, I'm not saying who cares, but I mean, like, you're talking up here.
Yeah, do something.
You're making fun of people whining about their oppression while whining about your oppression.
How many specials has he made talking about it where it hasn't gotten better?
Yeah. Yeah. And like, yeah, it's like, I don't know. I just couldn't believe that, like, it literally seemed like the entire special was about that.
Yeah, it was an overarching theme. Well, I kind of liked that was a thing, though. I liked that he was able to keep coming back to it without it being like a hacky callback thing.
Yeah.
Except for the fucking space Jews thing. It has nothing to do with it being about Jews or anything. That shit was just so not fully formed. And
Yeah.
to have that in there just felt it's so out of place.
There were a couple jokes he said that were just kind of corny. Like,
Yeah, he had some hacky stuff.
don't abort the baby. I was like, all right, dude, that's like something that like I would say like hanging out with my friends is like a cheap pun.
That's the equivalent of my black guy's joke at the still.
Oh
Where
yeah,
you're just saying it because you're like, oh, that's a one. That's a thing.
yeah.
It's like a pun.
I think yeah, I think at a certain point he's got to come out with a real fucking heater, and he won't because he's saying this is the last one he's going to put out for a while.
That means the next one that he puts out is going to be a heater. If he's dropping the trans thing, that means he's getting ready to be like, all right, I'm done talking about all that shit. Time to get back to what I want to do.
Nah,
Maybe he
because I
felt
think
like he had
that-
an obligation.
I think that is what he wants to do, and I think that unfortunately, I don't know if I was talking about this with you or with Garrett and other Matt, but like it does.
His
seem to-
laugh is the worst fucking
He's
thing.
got a very Woody the Woodpecker thing going.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, but his laugh is just wild.
I wouldn't even say that. I like him, but I don't think he's a good guy. he's fine.
He's a fine guy. He's a good guy for our relationship that we have.
For a bro, he's
For
a good bro.
He's a good bro. He's a good bro.
Yeah.
But I was saying, we were talking about like how, in a weird way, I almost feel like the ultimate form of stand-up comedy is like almost kind of like this like preachy sermon-y type of thing, because you see in like all the greats, like George Carlin kind of went that direction, where like it goes from like just telling jokes, anything to get a laugh, and then as you get better at like really like expressing what you want to say and still making it funny, then that's like your peak. And then it gets to the point where you just become so self-involved with your message and what you're trying to say that you stop really even trying to be funny, and you're doing more of this like speech sermon type thing with a few jokes peppered in, which is like, as you watch, like for instance, like Carlin's later stuff, it gets less funny and more preachy. And that's kind of the direction that Chappelle is going. I feel like he's focused. Like you watch like Killing Me Softly, dude. He's not like, he has some points that he's making, like fucking, you know, the fucking black girl that was kidnapped. He's like, y'all hear about her? And they're like, yeah, no, you didn't. She was back home in 15 minutes chewing herself out of thing. Like, it was a point he was making about an issue, but it was so funny. Yeah. It was a bit. He's not doing this whole thing where
gun store, liquor store, gun store, that whole thing.
Yeah, where he's making fun of his own shit as well. I feel like he's just completely given up on even touching black people as far as,
and that's like why he left Chappelle's show, is because he thought people were laughing at the wrong parts of the black jokes. Yeah, which is like, you make any joke and there's going to be somebody who laughs at it. I make pedophile jokes. There's a guy who came up to me and told me how refreshing it was to hear somebody do pedophile jokes, and I'm like, you're missing the whole point of the jokes if you're happy, if you're like, yeah, tell pedophile. Like, that's not what this is about. Yeah, this is just about like the oddness of. Yeah, and it's very like Patrice O'Neal is my favorite because he did the preachy thing, but without the like political background part of it. Like, he was preaching funny.
He was preaching funny,
and that's what like Bill Burr does that. Like it's where you're doing the preacher thing, but it's about the jokes. It's not about
and the point is always to be funny. Yeah, and I think it's kind of like hot girl syndrome, like how we've noticed that, I've noticed at least, that, you know, a lot of hot girls, super hot girls, and it goes kind of the same way for dudes, but not quite as much, because girls still have higher standards than dudes in general. So even if you are a hot guy, most girls, if you want to really like kill it in the pussy game, you gotta, as a guy, it's not enough just to be hot. Yeah. Like, it helps, and you can fuck a lot of girls by just being hot, but if you really want to be a fucking slayer, you gotta be able to talk some shit. You gotta make them laugh. You know what I'm saying? So girls have a higher sense of self-worth and standards when it comes to sex.
But they don't, though, because they'll fuck a guy like Matt Pennington. Well, that dude destroys pussy, and he's a generic.
Well,
I love the guy.
No. I agree. Like, he's definitely, like, they'll fuck boys and stuff like that. But like, I'm saying that the fact that Matt is like a funny, talkative guy definitely helps. Like, if he looked exactly like himself with absolutely no personality whatsoever and was just like fucking boring nerd, he'd get way less pussy.
Oh, okay, I see.
You know what I'm saying? So like, being hot helps, like I said, but having game and like being able to have that on the table as well, I don't think girls need. No guy has ever been about to fuck a fucking 10 and then been like, I don't know, she hasn't made me laugh once.
So you're saying Chappelle lost his game a little bit?
I think that because
he found out his tits were immaculate, and now he's like, look at my tits.
Yeah, because he hangs out with fucking Obama and all this shit, and he's like royalty. Everybody looks up to him. Everybody calls him the GOAT.
It's so weird that the Obamas have a production company now. Yeah, and that they're doing like documentaries and stuff on Netflix. Like, anybody in the political spectrum shouldn't be allowed to own any type of media corporation.
Yeah,
So like, that was the whole thing of what was it, the yellow journalism or whatever the fuck, where they're keeping, it was like, keep politics out of journalism, like that whole shit.
Yeah, it is amazing.
If that's the right title for that or not.
Yellow journalism. That's not ringing a bell. But I agree with you. Yeah, why the fuck? I mean, I guess technically, if they don't currently hold any political office, then you could make the argument that it's fine. But
I think the yellow journalism. I'm pretty sure it is yellow. It comes from like the yellow belly, not like Asian people.
and what is it?
Like
Just
where like political people would pay a newspaper to write a whole bunch of good stuff about them.
oh yeah,
So
that's
it's like you're not sticking to your morals, or you're not writing what's true. You're writing what you're paid to
it's
do.
a PR. You become a PR company.
Yeah.
And that's a real thing. Like, I mean, Black Lucas from a couple episodes ago, some people might remember.
R.I.P.
His ex-girlfriend, her family owns this company that like does like the PR for Coca-Cola. And like he was saying, like, yeah, it's literally like they just kind of tell you like what they want people to think about them that week, like what they want people to hear, and then they just like type up a bunch of press releases and different places that show up on Google, and like they just blast out this whole campaign of like, you know, like even with Twitter, like where you can pay to be a moment on Twitter. Like with Hassan Minaj did that. Not Hassan Minaj. Hassan Piker, that like he's, you know, the Young Turks.
Yeah.
His son or like nephew is like this like hot guy, like woke guy.
Okay.
And he was under a bunch of scrutiny because he's like one of those like woke, like anti-capitalist, eat the rich type of, you know, commie boys. And then meanwhile, it comes out that he's making like $2 million a month off Twitch, and then it becomes like, oh well, when I say eat the rich, I don't mean like the millionaires, I mean like the billionaires. And it's like, dude, you're still making like you have like a fucking palatial estate, you know.
Yeah, if you make $2 million, you're in the 1% now.
Yeah,
That's where the 1%
Dude,
begins.
dude,
It's like $1 million.
I think it might begin lower than that.
I think it does, but
I
I'm
think
just,
it's like-
for the sake of my father.
Yeah, I think you can make. I think you can make 7 figures, which is no 6 figures. You
Yeah.
can make 6 figures and be in the 1%. I think I wouldn't be surprised if it's like
It's probably
500,000.
250.
Yeah, 250 or 400.
yeah.
400 is ringing a bell.
There's a reason why the president only makes it's 250 a year, right? Or 500 a year.
Yeah,
And then the vice president makes 250 a year.
I think the vice pres. I don't know what the VP makes, but the president I think makes 400,000.
400, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
probably 400. That's probably where the 1% starts. They're like, let's keep them right at the
Yeah,
pay them 400,000. They get taxed under that.
yeah.
And now they're not in the 1% anymore. They're just in the
And
2%.
so this guy rolls around, and then this whole thing comes out, and he pays, you know, a PR company to like release this thing about how much he donates, and then he pays to be a moment on Twitter, and pays for like the trending topic to be like Hassan Minaj. is
pays
good.
for as a moment a thing. I don't go on Twitter. Is a
I don't-
moment
I
a
don't-
thing that's
it's
on
just
Twitter?
like when you
Or are
go on
just saying,
when you go on Twitter and you go to like your discovery page, it's like a trending topic, and you
Oh,
can pay
okay.
to be featured in there. It's like a
Gotcha.
lot of money
yeah,
that a person who wasn't rich wouldn't be able to do.
yeah.
And it's all, I don't know how easy it is to get up there organically. I don't even know if it's possible, but I don't know. I'm just
You hate the commies. I get it. Yellow journalism is bad.
yellow journalism, but that's really what you're dealing with, dude. That's really what you're dealing with.
You've completely lost what we were talking about. You just, it's fine.
I
get
have
it.
no
You're hung-
idea what
dude,
you're
you're
saying.
hungover. Let's watch this video. Let's watch these videos of me. I don't really remember these very much. Let's
Okay.
switch that bad boy over. Do all them things you need to do. Oh, hold on.
Why'd you stop?
Look, man, I'm sorry. Perhaps you need the money more than I thought.
You want to record me chewing? It's Salt Life, nigga.
All right, I remember that one. I was drunk. I thought she was taking a picture. I was chewing with my mouth open.
That's
and then I
awesome.
decided it was Salt Life N-word. I don't really remember this one. This is at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Stop it. This is open. Did you open it?
Remember, you opened them all so we could taste them.
Oh, this was the already open one from the counter?
Mm-hmm.
You bitch. You were supposed to drink this one. I chugged 2 of them. And you're supposed to have that one and this one. I was gonna drink the one that didn't taste good. No. What am I, your fucking object of
You're Jane Goodall and I'm a fucking gorilla. You're just watching me. You're videotaping all my moves. You're studying me. Fuck you, monkey lady. That's so fucked up.
That's great.
That's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Those are my only videos of that. I was just so drunk. I don't remember saying any of that. Those fucking White Claws and Bud Light seltzers all night,
That'll do it
all
to
day.
You. That'll do it to you.
I got pissed. We were in the water, and there was this lady. Nicole was like, "Wow, look at that lady's ass. She's got a thong bikini on," and she kept like bending over to pick stuff up in the water, and I didn't have my glasses on, and I couldn't see. And I was like, I started splashing in the water. I want to see.
Is that a trap? You think? You think she was trying? Did she get mad about that shit?
No, we noticed stuff like that together, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
We went to lunch, and there's this lady with giant fake tits, and she noticed it first and pointed it out to me, and I was like, "Damn, are those fake?"
You got to call them out. I mean,
Yeah.
it's weirder not to.
And she had on like a, what do you call, like a, you know how girls have like the bathing suit thing that covers up that they're wearing a bikini.
Yes.
It's usually like sort of see through.
Yeah, it's like what they call those things, fucking sachet or duvet or something.
Yeah, she had a duvet on, and it was like meshy, and you could see through it, but it still had lettering on it that said supporting voter election is treason." Like, it was so Trump down there.
Supporting voter election.
Oh yeah, supporting election fraud is treason.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. So
Yeah.
she had giant fake tits and a bikini that says that supporting election. That's awesome.
Yeah, she had a red, white, and blue bikini on, and then her cover up was a Trump election fraud thing.
That's awesome.
And then there was like we went to eat at this thing on the water, and apparently they were having a Trump boat parade,
Oh yeah.
and it was fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, dude.
The amount of Trump shit, like everybody in Florida is drunk, loves Trump, and is coughing. Everybody's coughing down there.
Oh, people love coughing.
They
in
love to
Florida,
cough, dude. They all have COVID, and nobody
Yeah.
cares.
It's crazy the amount of enthusiasm for Trump that still exists. You know, like
They
it's not-
believe.
like it's not like who. The only other president that even comes close in enthusiasm after they're gone is like obviously like the founding fathers, Abe
JFK.
Lincoln, JFK. But like, were they having like big JFK parades after he was? That's different because he was assassinated,
Yeah.
so probably yeah. But like, I'm trying to think of a famous president that was like,
There's
like,
no-
are people still having like Obama rallies and shit?
No.
No,
He's
I'm
too
saying.
busy hanging out with Richard Branson and
yeah.
fucking.
Bush rallies, no.
Not at all.
You know,
They buy his paintings though.
Bill Clinton rallies. Like, what former president in recent history has?
Reagan, I think, is the only one. People love Reagan.
Yeah, but they weren't having like Reagan parades after he was out.
When he died, that was a giant thing, which I guess is because he died. But
Yeah, he died, dude. Of
Yeah.
course, you're gonna have a fucking big funeral.
R.I.P. to Big Ron, dude.
You're a fucking president, bro. Like, yeah.
Big Ron and Big Don, dude. They're gonna be
Yeah.
they're gonna be holding court in heaven.
Ronald McDonald, Trump, Reagan.
Reagan, Trump, 2024.
Yeah,
The ghost of
Reagan.
Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump.
Yes,
That's a ticket. I'd have
That's
to
a
vote
ticket.
for
I mean,
that.
you got look. If you're not voting for Reagan, Trump, 2024, then
You're not American.
you're not American.
There's no way.
You're treason.
Yeah.
Treason.
I was so upset with just the disrespect that people were giving just to Biden down there. He's our president, dude.
Dude.
I saw so many like fuck Biden and Kamala shirts. And it's like, respect the fucking president.
I mean,
That's what they were saying before.
yeah.
I'm just joking. I think it's fucking hilarious.
I mean, look, I didn't mind when they said fuck Trump. I don't mind it. Look, because you're allowed to say that kind of shit and do that kind of shit. I think the difference is like, I don't know, man. I don't even know if Biden, he's definitely not the one calling these shots.
No.
There's definitely someone in that administration.
He's
that's
got
pulling the
dementia
strings.
face. His face is. I saw people were like selling stuff, like you know how they had like Trump stores and stuff like that. They have Biden stuff too,
Yeah.
and it's like the face that he makes all the time. It's like that Bill Burr bit
Yeah.
about old men whose face always looks like they're in a haunted house.
Yeah, yeah,
Or,
yeah.
like they're
yeah.
constantly stuck being scared. They're
Uh-huh.
just like all the time.
He does, and then like he'll like deliver a speech, and then he'll just immediately walk off. Or like the only time he'll take questions is if he calls on somebody that's already been like pre-approved, and like we already know what question they're gonna ask you, and he already has a scripted answer, and it's like, I don't know, man. Like, it doesn't even seem like it's worth saying fuck Biden because if there's one thing that could be said for Trump, whether you liked him or not, he was definitely his own dude. He was Trump. You know, and when he said something, it was him saying it.
He like enjoyed people coming at him.
Yeah,
like he wanted people to ask him bad questions so he could be like, "What are you talking about?"
Like I almost feel bad for Biden in a way, and who knows how actually far gone he is, but he's definitely, regardless of the mental capacity thing, he's definitely a patsy. He's definitely getting played in some fashion or form. There's no way that you could watch that and think that this is the guy.
Yeah,
this is the guy that's in charge right now.
Not at all.
Really? I don't think so.
I think we did a good job.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. Dude, I just found out about that.
Isn't that funny?
That's hilarious. I loved it.
Yeah.
It's like those videos where it's like, what are they saying? Because at first I was like, it does sound like "Let's go, Brandon."
Yeah, I think it's pretty solidly fuck Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the way the lady is just like, she's like, you hear the chants. Let's go, Brandon. So clearly
fucking
not.
Dan Crenshaw made a post caption, "Let's go, Brandon." And I was like, damn, that's wild for like a senator or whatever.
Is that the one-eyed guy that Pete
Yeah.
Davidson made fun of?
One-eyed Willie, yeah.
And then they had him come on the next week because they're a bunch of fucking spineless fucks over there.
Yeah. Yep.
You can't stick to making a joke. You made a fucking joke. He's not being serious.
Yeah, no, I agree with. I think that Pete Davidson should be allowed to not have to apologize for that, but also I think he did kind of. I don't know, man. When you look at somebody who actually like lost that level, like gave an eye for the country, it's like you gotta at least respect him on that level.
Yeah,
It's kind of like we were talking with Jeff King was doing a podcast over the weekend. I think it was Garrett. No,
Justin. I was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
I was playing golf.
I actually ran into Jeff at the game yesterday. I was at the Ravens game yesterday.
Oh, you went to the game?
Yep.
And whipped the Chargers' ass.
Oh yeah. It was stupid. But we were talking about, he was like saying like, people say like, I don't get like certain things, blah, 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 about like how lucky I am and I'm like a white male. But it's like, dude, I was saying this. I was like, it's kind of crazy to think that, you literally lost two legs, fighting for this country. And anyone who approaches you should at least approach you with the respect of that. And then before they try to go on and get you on their shit about how privileged you are and how you don't understand their pain, it's like, just ask, you want to trade?
Yeah,
would you like to trade?
Would you like to get your legs blown off?
Yeah. How about this? How about I'll be a perfectly fucking healthy, whatever person of color, and then you can be a double amputee.
Yeah.
And we'll see who it's just like, come on, man. Have some fucking respect.
Yeah.
At least this guy lost something doing something and actually put that on the line for what he believed in. What have you put on the line for what you believed in?
That was my favorite. Was one of my favorite parts of the Chappelle thing when he's talking about empathy. Mm-hmm. He's like, you don't have to. It's not, nobody's one thing is worse than somebody else's, but you just have to understand that they are a person and everybody's got their thing.
Yeah, right before he proceeds to then compare trans to black oppression for the next hour and a half.
Yeah, it's still.
While simultaneously saying nobody's one thing is worse than another thing. It's like, okay, dude. He did have a good point about the Me Too movement. He was like, I agree with what they were doing, but I just didn't agree with how they did it. Talking about like the women wearing like black dresses to the Oscars. It's like,
I know what we'll do. We'll make pussy-shaped hats. And
yeah, that was funny. I agreed with that big time. I was like, that's a good ass point.
Well, listen, Jimmy, I think we've done enough here.
I think we have too, dude. We're going on an hour.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I know you're hungry.
Oh,
you gotta get the Kathmandu kitchen.
Yes,
I
do.
You gotta go watch the Bills play the Titans and absolutely and entirely take the Titans, bend them over, and fill their asshole with a butt plug.